Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Here's part 2. 2006 Cadillac DTS doing the front brakes. Last time in part 1 we went to do the brakes, but the caliper pins was frozen. So the customer went out and bought brand new caliper brackets and the slide pins as well. So let's get this job done. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, got the car jacked up. Let me show you where we got this car jacked up at. Right here. In this solid beam right here, and I got my 2 jack stands right up underneath for security, and I'm leaving my jack there just in case. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is just like before. Let's take the cap off to the master cylinder, because as we're pushing the pistons back on the calipers, we do not want this fluid to overflow out of here and cause a big mess. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, let's go get these tires off. Now, to get these tires off, we'll go around here. You're gonna have a little access point right there. Pop that center cap off, and you got 5 19mm or 3/4 inch lug nuts right there. So let's get both tires and get them off right now. Be right back. All right guys, before we start, just like I said, when we start pushing those pistons back on the caliper, which I'm about to show you in a few minutes, this fluid is going to start rising, and a lot of times this fluid spills out all over the place. So what you want to do is take you some paper towel, and the reason why you want to use paper towel is because it's porous. If you use a rag, it might actually stop it from coming out. The paper towel will soak that up real good. All right, that's good. Now the next thing we'll do is go over here to the driver's side. Passenger side. All right, here we go. I got the wheel turned all the way to the right, and in there between there, you're gonna see the brake pads. You'll see the brake pad. Let me get a screwdriver and point to it. You're gonna see one of them.
Your light, because the light was in the way.
Oh.
But now I can see it's good
Okay,
lighting.
okay. Brake pad is right there. And this is a dual piston caliper. A lot of calipers only have 1 piston. This has 2 little ones right there. So now the next thing we're going to do is push this back instead of using a C-clamp. And I'm going to show you with the C-clamp on the other side. But this side, I'm going to use a screwdriver. So what we do is take the screwdriver, stick it between the pad and the rotor. Let me show you the rotor moving. There you go. And you want to twist it back and get that in there. And you want to slowly push that piston back. Now you got a piston down here too. So what you gotta do is get another screwdriver. I'm gonna use a pry bar and get my pry bar stuck in there and get my screwdriver stuck down at the bottom one. And that way I push both of them back at the same time. And you wanna go ahead till you can't push no more. Perfect. Done. The next thing we do is remove our caliper. We got 2 13mm bolts holding our caliper on. And so I'm using a 13mm shallow socket, 3/8 drive, with my Big Bill cordless Earthquake XT ratchet. Go in there. One. 2. Now sometimes these pins are seized up inside there, but sometimes this whole pin will spin as you're turning off. And that's what you do, take a pair of pliers or something and hold that in place. Get those bolts out. Both bolts are the same length, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. Next thing you do, firmly grab the caliper, take it right off. Great. Now is our caliper bracket. Now you see this right here? Yeah, see I can push that out and push that in, but it's kind of hard to do. That's supposed to slide pretty freely. This one down here is frozen. That's what the problem was before. So now we're going to be taking off this caliper bracket. And let's see here. What we have here, let me see the side. What's that? 2 15mm bolts right there that's holding that on. So I'm going to get my cordless gun, use a 15mm deep impact. One. And when you take out the second one, make sure you're holding onto the bracket because it will drop. And there's two. The bracket comes off with the brake pads and everything. Let's get our new ones and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. Got the new one. Look at that caliper bracket. Yeah, boy. All right, the next thing we're gonna do, look at these old shims right here. Now, if you're gonna reuse the shims on yours, you gotta pop these out, clean them up, and put them up there. The customer got new brake pads and they come with new clips. So you wanna make sure yours come with these clips also. So let's open this up. I gotta play like a Chinese puzzle here. Take these apart. Okay, let's set these in. We got one right here. And how it's gonna set in? Just like that. No. Just like that. Alright, set that down. Let's pop them into. Let's clip them right into place. Okay, that's perfect. Let's turn it around. Get us another one. Okay, you can see how I'm clipping them on at the bottom and all? Yeah, you got it. You ain't answering me quick enough, so.
Yeah, we can see.
All right, we got two of them. Now, we're ready to bolt this on. But before we do that, actually, no, we don't. Let's, we got our new pins and everything right here. Now, what I don't understand about this, they give you the new pins, but they figure you change the new pins. What about the boot? You need this little protective boot right there. Like, what the deuce, man? Anyway, I don't understand, because taking this off, I mean, I can't get that out. So how am I gonna change? How am I gonna, you see what I'm saying? If I gotta pull that out, the boot gotta go. How am I gonna? I gotta pull the boot over that. I might rip it.
Rip it good.
So let's take out this one because we know this one's coming out. Here we go. We take the boot off. Dang it.
It don't look like it comes off.
Well, it does come off.
You sure?
Yeah. Did she just question me?
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Good job.
Now, putting these on.
That looks really dirty. Shouldn't you clean that or something?
No, the grease is going to be grease in there. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, let's get some grease and put in there now. Where's how you rip this thing off? All right, let's put a little grease.
Goes inside the hole?
Yeah, because this is grease this. What are these? You know, also, see the rubbers on these? They want you to take that off too? Why can't they give you... That's some bull.
So it's not easier to put the grease on the thing? Nope.
Problem is, see, I was gonna... Then I have to put it, it'll go through there, and this will wipe the grease off.
Oh.
See?
See spot one.
Yeah, so let's put this boot on now. Go over that lip. Okay, that's one. And it looks like they want us... This is the weird part, guys. This thing is frozen in there. How am I... If it's frozen in there, how am I going to change that? That's why that's what the customer bought the new pins for. This is...
It's bogus.
Heck yeah, it's bogus. Pull that off. Pop that onto there.
Leave it to AC Delco.
And then I gotta get that. It's gotta go on that lip right there to hold it into place, which it ain't. You know what? How about if I take this off, put this on to here, because this sucks. There. Okay, onto there. that on. Now I gotta figure out. I'm gonna put that on, but I gotta figure out how we gonna get that. I got that grease down there. Dang it! Give me a Q-tip. There we go. Perfect. Now, this other one is gonna suck because this thing is locked up in there. So how am I gonna get the boot out? And if it got that rubber bushing in there, how am I gonna get that out as well? What the heck, man? This is a sucky set. So I'm gonna get a pair of vice grips, and I'm gonna hopefully try to set these vice grips in a way that I can get this twisted and get this out of here. We'll be right back. All right, guys, I got a pair of vice grips up here. What I'm gonna do? Set my vice grips into here. I'm trying to bend this thing to get this thing twisted. That sucks, man. All right, let's go to plan C.
What was plan B?
Putting it in there. Plan A is that one. Just take it out and change them. Okay. All right, let's set up let's get a little torch. Going to heat this up and try to get this twisted. We'll be right back. All right, guys, got my little torch set up here. About this torch, man, it's very delicate. As I said. All right, now I'm gonna heat this up. And the thing is, I gotta make sure I don't go to the edge where that rubber piece is. So I gotta make sure I just heat it just enough. Matter of fact, let's see if I can twist it at the same time. So hopefully we get some movement going on here. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Let's just warm up a little bit. All right, guys, I got it turning. Now I need to turn it, and this is what you need a vise, guys. So we gotta turn it and go push it, get it down, and get it out of there. All right, let me get me a hammer and start tapping on this while I'm doing this. Be right back. All right, guys, let's try this. That little piece is gone. That ain't happening. But we did save the boot. Cool. Man. Alright, guys, look like we're gonna be putting this together with one of them not on there. Alright, where's our new one at? Let's put this on to the boot. Move that grease around in there. Hook this on. There we go. think I should, you know what, I got too much grease in there. Let me take this off, get our Q-tip, and clean some of that grease out of there. Be right back. All right, guys, that is perfect. That is great. All right, let's get our vice grips over here. All right, let's go over to the car and put these on along with some brakes. Be right back. All right, guys, we're ready to install this, but before we do that, we're gonna do the 007. That means get you a Q-tip, get some grease, and we're gonna put it right there where the brake pads are gonna slide at. You definitely want to do that. And the reason why I call this the 007, because a good friend of ours, Manic Mechanic 007, I was using my fingertips to do this. He said, Tim, why don't you get you some Q-tips, keep it in the truck, and use the Q-tips. Looks more professional that way. So I said, you know what, Len? You absolutely right. So we call that the 007. All right, we got that. You know what? I don't like this. My hands are dirty. Let's get me some new gloves on. And we'll be right back. All right, got me some nice new gloves on. Let's go over here. Set this down. Get our two 15
You know which way it goes.
Because you see how you got this with the screws in right here.
Okay. So those go in the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way. That's a good way of saying it, Sibby. All right, let's go in here. Let's get one of our bolts lined up. Get it started. Get our top one started. All right, get our 15 millimeter. Let's tighten those up. All right, make sure our clips are in place and all. Now we're gonna put our brake pads on. And your brake pads, make sure your brake pads have these shims on the back, because without these you're gonna have to spray these, and if you don't spray them, there's a good chance that these things will squeal. All right, so let's go to the back one first. Now you might be wondering, okay, Tim, how do you know which one? Because you got two different ones here. The wear shim is on this side and wear shim on that side.
They look the same.
Huh?
Show me again. They look the same.
The brake pads are the same, but you notice the wear shim, the wear sensor, one is on this side and this one's on that side. The way you know it is, let me get the old brake pads and I'll be right back. All right, here's our old brake pads. Now, this one, you see where the pistons were hitting. So I know this is the one that's going to be on the inboard, one facing on the left, and then the other one's on the right. So this one's
Wait a minute, but the other one has circles too.
Good question, Sivvy. Good point. Good looking out. All right, but if you look right here, see the little points right there? Has a little color in their point. That's going to be from the outside one.
The what?
That's going to be on the outboard.
Okay, sure.
So you asked the question, so.
I didn't get it, but all right.
All right, now you're going to have two slots that these brake pads got to slide into. Your angle is not too great on this side, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this one in, and then we're going to go to the I want you to go over here, and then you can see this one better. All right, the brake pads are going to slide into that groove and into that groove. So you go like this, set them in. Perfect. Done. The next thing we're going to do is take our caliper, bring it down over it, and you might have to push the pins in so you can get them lined up. Okay, then we got our new bolts. One on the top and one on the bottom. And get our ratchet. The new ones, I see the new ones are still 13 millimeters. Good, great. And you notice how that one, the pin is turning, but it will stop. All right, the bottom one. Now, if you're doing this by ratchet, only thing you do is go till it stops, and then just snug it just a little bit more. That is perfect. This side is done. This side came out great. The next thing we're gonna do is turn the wheel all the way to the left now. Now it'd be easier if you take the steering wheel and do this. But I ain't no punk. Okay. Alright, and let's go to the other side. We'll be right back. Alright guys, let's check our paper towel here. Ain't even get wet or nothing. So, we're good to go.
What does that mean? It's low in fluid?
Yeah, that means it's low in fluid. Stick our paper towel in there. Let's go over here to the driver's side. And then we're over here to the driver's side. Same principle, guys. Get our screwdriver. Back one of those up. You try to get that. Now, you know the brake pads are you're not going to reuse them. So, if you want, you can get a little hammer.
Doesn't that mess up the rotor?
No, you just gotta make sure you're getting into the pad. And then I got it between the pad and the piston.
But I thought this side you were gonna use the C-clamp.
Now you tell me? Now, really? Really, you wait good till I do this, didn't you? Alright guys, let's get our tools and we get this off. We'll be right back. Alright, now 13 millimeter, or you can use a 1/2 inch 3/8 drive socket. Let's get our bolts out of here. Hopefully we don't have a problem like we did with the other side. Yeah, of course it looks like it did. Alright, now we're going to use the C-clamp method on this one. Take the caliper off, turn it upside down. Then you're going to take an old brake pad. Put the brake pad section towards the piston since that's soft and it won't mess anything up. Get your C-clamp. Put it in there. Tighten the C-clamp up and slowly twist the C-clamp in to bring those pistons in. Now if you notice, I'm bringing down one, but the other one's not really moving nowhere. Now you can do this two ways. You can take this off now and move it over there, or you can use super strength, and as you get this tightened down, look at that. The other one starts going in by itself.
It's magic.
That's right, magic. Alright, perfect. That is done. The next thing we're gonna do, leave this up here. Now we got our pins right here that we know we're gonna need these boots off of here. So what I'm gonna do now, let's see if, oh okay, 1 is turning, 2 is turning. Good, good, great. Let's get these out now while we got this thing off. I'll be right back. Alright guys, get my vice grips here. Just wanna hold on to that a little bit. Take my hammer. Dang things ain't all that easy to come out of there. Man, there's one. Alright, let's take a second one. Dang it. Let's get this over here, man. Man, these brakes are gonna slide so good. Everything great with these the new ones in there. Okay, great. Let's set those down there. We're gonna need those. Next thing we're gonna do, let's get our 15 millimeter impact. Where's the dang it? Got it left over here. Why am I leaving stuff? Okay. Got our 15 millimeter deep. Let's get this bracket off of here. Alright, let's get our new bracket out of the box and set it up there. Be right back. Alright guys, we got our new bracket. Let's get our bracket set up there. This thing lined up, man. Funny how the other side goes nice and smooth. This side won't give me a problem. Well, actually, it didn't go nice and smooth. All right, let's get that tightened up. All right, we got that. The next thing we're gonna do is take our clips. Let's get our clips set inside there. Okay, get our other one. Perfect, that looks good. The next thing we're gonna do, let's get a little grease, put them on the contacts. The brake pads are gonna go at. Very important to put these grease up there so the brake pads can slide. And make sure, like you're doing it, like I'm doing it right now, do not get none on the rotor. Alright, the next thing we'll do, let's take a little bit of grease. Put it into each hole where the pin, slide pins go to. Set that to the side. And the next thing we're going to do is now we got to pull off these boots. Ugh, man. Stick the boots.
Wasn't it easier to stick them on the pins?
No.
But, okay, but the other side, it was easier for you to do it that way.
Okay, here.
Yeah, here means you're right. That is the way I
No,
get
that just me here.
Yeah.
Make you happy. So it does. Get our pins out here.
You're right, Sylvia. That is the way. It was easy.
I always say that. That's my problem.
Right.
I always say it.
I get here. You see the things I do? That's what I get.
You know, let me go back to teaching these people how to do brakes.
Yeah,
all right, guys. This got a little lip on these new pins. Make sure that the boot goes up and push it on to that lip. Perfect. Next thing we're gonna do is take off the little boots on the end, little rubber, whatever they call this on the ends. Let's pop them off.
Like a grommet.
No grommet. Pop them on. Take the other one off. Pop that on. Already got the grease in there. Everything is good. Both pins are exactly the same, so you don't have to worry about nothing else. Get the pin in there, and you're going to push it in until it goes over this lip now. You might have to push it a little bit. That's right. Now what this boot does, in case yours is damaged, what this boot does is stops dirt and all from getting inside of there. So it's very important to have that there. Alright, look at the other one. Make sure it goes onto there. Perfect, guys. That is perfect. Alright, now before I put the new brake pads on, I'm going to take my gloves off because I don't want to get no oil on them. Now, here we go again with the other one. Which one goes on which? Good thing one is left on this old caliper bracket right here. So this one's the inside, and the shim is nowhere to be. Oh, there it is, right there on the left. So the one on the inside goes.
Isn't that a sensor, wear sensor or something?
Yeah, wear sensor. Put that in like that. Okay, next to the other one. Now, also, remember, I forgot to tell you another thing, guys. Picture this. If you turn it upside down, it looks like a happy face. Turn it upside down, like a sad face. The lower end of the sad face goes towards the rotor, goes the center of the axle. Don't try
what
to.
if I want my brakes to be happy?
Well, actually, if you tried to do this way, you couldn't put it on anyway. Good. So, going like that. Push it down. Whoops. And in. Perfect. All right. Before I bring this down, let me get some new gloves on, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, got my new gloves on. Take out caliper. Bring our caliper slowly over. Make sure it's going over to the pins. Start your bolts by hand by a couple threads. Make sure you don't cross thread them. Okay, 13 millimeter. Get those tightened up. Now, if you're doing it by hand, what you want to do, tighten it up till it stops, and then snug it a little bit more. Perfect. But you're not done yet, guys. What you gotta do now is go up here. Well, this thing was really low in brake fluid. Really low. Okay, what we gotta do is close it back up and come over here to the car. Because now what you gotta do is push those pistons out so it can push those brake pedals up against the rotor. So, because if you don't, when you go to first step on the brakes, it's gonna go straight to the floor. Like, watch this. Watch how far I go down when I step on it. Look at that, all the way to the floor. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we can see it.
And you're gonna go through somebody's house like that. So you gotta let it up, and you gotta keep pumping it up. There you go, right there. See? And a good way of knowing whether you got a good brake pedal or not is that when you step on it, it should be level right with your gas pedal. That is perfect. Look at that.
I can't see the gas pedal.
Well, that's their problem. All right. Now we're going to go out here. Let's check the brake fluid because we know it's low. Put some brake fluid in it and get these tires on. We'll be right back. All right, guys, time to put some brake fluid in there. Now, before you just go ahead and be willy-nilly and throw some brake fluid in there, you got to make sure you put it in the right fluid. Look on top of the cap or the master cylinder. This one, .3. So you want to make sure you go to the auto parts store and you can make sure you get something that says .3 because there is .4, .5, and probably .6 out right up now. So let's fill this up. Now see, guys, this took a lot of brake fluid. So this automatically is telling me somewhere along the line there's a leak somewhere because this took a lot of fluid. And fluid don't go out. Brake fluid don't dissipate. It don't go nowhere. So that means there's a leak somewhere. We didn't see any leaks in the front, so we're going to look at the backs and see. Let's let the customer know. Put this on. All right, let's get our tires on, and we'll be right back.
All right, so today we had a 2006 Cadillac DTS, and we showed you how to change the front brake pads and caliper brackets. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@AstraAutoRepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astra Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.